Hello, this is Joe on Relationships, and I am going to discuss about relationships and finance. Who pays what pays whom, and how. Now, if you're under the firm believer and you're an old-fashioned guy and you feel that you have to pay for every time you go out with a woman, well then you need to get your ego in check and get it out of place. Because you know what? There are going to be times where you are down financially and you need to have your woman's help over it. Now, women could pay their own keep, but you have to appreciate them for paying and helping you out, just as they could appreciate you. Because you know what? There's some women that like to have everything bought for them, but you know what? They go through it too. Because you could go somewhere and you could say, hey, I'll buy this. No, I got it. So if you're the guy, and if you don't have it and you have no problem with it, you know what? If you're the guy and I'll buy it, but guess what happens down the road? You as a guy will eventually see your bank account and you'll get resentful for the fact that you spent that much money on them. Well, that's what I say. Take it from me. Don't be resentful. That's going to be there at the beginning of the week as it's going to be there at the end of the week. But, just as I discussed with the last video on compromise, I'm going to discuss on compromise with relationships and finance. I mean, you may be having a rough time. You may not want to spend that much money. You being the guy, you gotta set the limits, or they're gonna control you. I mean, I'll just put it that way. You're gonna say, if I buy, somebody says I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna be like, okay, you get it. You're not gonna want to spend the money. However, you need to set limits. There needs to be, is what my friend would call, harmony in a situation. I would say harmony because you're gonna be like, if I go out to eat at a diner, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'll eat in a diner, but I may need you to pay down the road. Or it could be, I can't afford this. I can afford my own keep. But can you pay? Going Dutch. Or in a situation, you may say, how about we rotate the coffees. I buy this, you buy that. I mean, if it's drinks, I'm, don't take it from me in that department. But you have other videos that get to discuss that. But just discussing about coffee here. But you understand. It's, I say, hey, I bought a coffee today. Maybe you could buy it tomorrow. And it's like, you're driving too much this week. Maybe I should put $20 of gas in your tank. Or if I'm driving a lot this week, maybe you could put $20 in my tank. I don't know, it's, relationships or whatever. And this could be used for any relationship. But, I mean, let's just say, you don't want to be resentful in relationships. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to feel that you have the weight in the world on your shoulders if you don't make the woman happy. You don't want to feel that pressure. Or person happy, or depending on whatever you are, whoever's listening. For me, or man, or whatever, you don't want to have the weight of, for me it's a man, not a man, I'm a man. For me it's a woman, but, you don't want the weight of the world on your shoulder when you're paying for someone, I should say. I'll just put it that way. I know. You don't want the weight of the world all month or all time or everything else. You've proven your weight in the beginning. But you need to earn respect. You need to humble yourself and let somebody take over for a change if you've been holding the weight. Because maybe it's time for them to take over the weight. And I know many people stress about finance. Heck, I've stressed. I've overwhelmingly stressed based on the mistakes that I made with women in finance. I mean, some good mistakes, some bad mistakes. And, the bad mistakes were the catfishing ones, but the good mistakes are ones that I'm in right now, but I'm learning. I mean, you don't have to be the one doing everything. And, I know most guys fear. They fear if you don't pay for everything, you're going to lose the woman. I mean, there's a lot more entail that you need to do and have in keeping the woman. Chances are, they are going to, they're going to want you to do good. It's like, you have to set boundaries in a situation where it comes to finance. Something that I'm weak at, but it's improving. I'm realizing that I don't have to be the one in the situation to pay for everything. It's a big step. You know, you fear, you say, hey, I'm going to lose. No. You have to look and see where it's going to take you long term. Because if you're solely trusting her or him, depending on if you're a woman or a guy or whatever, you understand. If you are going to put trust in them, and they're going to put trust in you, and you're going to build something together, you're going to have to make cutbacks. I know some are like, we want to go out and we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to go whatever. I understand. Heck, bills get paid. You have to have time to go out for fun. But also at the same time, you're going to have to eat with your parents, even though you don't want to. You're going to have to, but I want to eat. I love my parents. You're going to have to eat with your family. You're going to have to, make sacrifices. Cutting out that extra meal out. Because you got to think, if I cut out one meal for a month, that's, in this area, it's $40, $50, $60 that you could save, that you could put aside. And if you roll that $60 over, put it in an investment that could grow, maybe by 5, 10 years, you could put that, or less, you could put that into a down payment on an apartment or a condo or something like that. Or you could, if you want an apartment, you could get a condo. I don't know. You could get a down payment on that. And then you could work on paying that off. This basics of coupling. And, you got to make sacrifices. You got to say, hey, if I have this debt that I need to pay off, I'm going to need help to cut out a meal so I could put $40 to pay that debt off. It's coupling. It's like, you may feel, you're like, I can't do that, I don't know, I can do it, whatever, I gotta be the man, I gotta be in charge. Well, you know what? You gotta face facts. Your woman doesn't want to live with their family for the longest time. They want to get out. And then they may feel you can be the meal ticket. And if you're in the 40s or 50s, and whatever. But you being the guy and you want to get out, you have to understand that you have to manage yourself and you have to manage your finances and you have to manage your mental state in order to be with your woman. That you need to work as a team to combat the situation. that you can look at it and view it as a perception to make it worse. Because you may say, do this, do this, do this, like me. Sometimes I do that. You have to realize that you give them one task at a time, just as they give you one task at a time. And you can slowly build wealth. Because if you have podcasts you could do, if you have a blog you could do, if you have a book you're writing, if you have stuff you're selling in the house, you could work as a team to get that done. It's like the one person could blog on it, learn about it, you can find information out. They could tell you. You could say, I could post this. You know, you work on a team with it, and then you build something out. You know, they may feel that you want to do it right away, but you know what? Those are that's a sacrifice that you need to make. Because if you're going to work as a team over it, I mean, it very may be helpful to do. And another thing with perception, and take it from me, this got me hell-bent, out of shape many times because it was the perception over things. This was the perception of how people view the situation if I paid or if she paid. Remember, having that notion in my head when we go up to the counter at a convenience store and it's like, are you going to pay for this or am I going to pay for this, or are we going to pay for our own? Like, this is why it's very important if you're in a relationship to have set in stone and expect something to change when you're paying. You don't even, because things could change right away and you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared for the unexpected. It's like, because people can change their minds. You're in the convenience store. You have to be smart. Because you may go somewhere and you may be holding everything and she may be holding everything just to get out. You may be paying for everything and you may wonder why, and it's like stuff like that. So, best thing to do is say, if I got it, say, I got this. You're covered. If you can't get it, say, could you get me? I'll get it next time. Or if you say, you need to take yours, I'll take mine. You know, it's a trade-off. Because the worst thing that you want to do is get to the counter and not know what to do. Because if you're the guy and you're the woman, it'll create an awkward situation and it'll make both of you look bad and it'll look like you don't have your shits together. Pardon my language. And I've been in situations like that. So, the key is, you don't know if you're ringing up who's behind the register, let's just say, because it'll throw you off. If you're a guy and you see a guy, it'll throw you off because you'll be thinking that guy is hitting on your woman, and if you don't pay, it'll throw everything off. And sometimes a woman will change their mind on the spot because you're going to have to be able to read that situation. Because if the woman pays for you and you're a guy, yet the guy is behind the counter ringing, it's going to make you look bad in front of your woman, and you don't want that. So, it's... And if you're... there's many different scenarios, but you understand why you gotta know how to read the situation too. And it's like a give or take. So that's my podcast. I'm sure I'm gonna touch on this, many other podcasts down the road. This is a little bit of it. I managed to do 4 podcasts today, which is good. I'm going to give, in this podcast, I'm going to, check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/the Joseph Evaldi Network. I have a lot of good material on there, and chances are you get this earlier on Patreon than you do on Spreaker. Spreaker, you gotta wait. But on Patreon, you get it early. So, when I'm ready to release it, I'm going to release a lot of podcasts. So, just check it out over there. Also, and on Spreaker too, yeah. But, also, go check out One Main Financial. One Main Financial is a loan company. I was in a situation where I needed a loan, and they helped me out. I paid down the debt to whatever I needed to do. Sure, I have to pay back, and I still am paying back in some sorts. But you know what? They helped me out, and I won't forget that. And I'm gonna pay down that debt. And if you're in debt and you need a loan and you need help, check them out. I know that they're gonna want to help in some way that they can, and they will. But just seek them out, and they'll be glad to help. Also, check out Stash. Also, I forgot to mention with One Main Financial. Say that Joseph Evaldi or the Joseph Evaldi Network sent you, and they'll hook you up. And the one from Woodbridge, New Jersey, so to speak. Otherwise, they're going to be thinking that it's the one from Buffalo. I don't want to say that. I shouldn't say that. One from somewhere else, I'll just put it. I'm going to, say go to Stash. Stash is a company that deals with investments. If you have an investment in something, you can start as little as $5. And with the link below in the description, you can get $20 for your first investment. You get 20 and I get 20 just for that link. You just set it up and start up. They'll help you out for as little as $5. You could start investing. You may say $5 is nothing. What do I do? You start little by little. It helps you save money. It helps you build a good portfolio. Others may disagree, whatever, but I actually like it. You get a good footing on investing, and also, it's affordable. I mean, you don't pay $7 or $8 every trade, and I've dealt with other investment companies, one which I won't name, but they'll have you want to do this, do you want to do that, what do you want to do, they'll make it trading so complicated it's not even funny. Stash, you could just buy and then sell. Maybe they don't have the short feature, but you could buy and you can sell. I mean, the object is you want to own stock, or you want to at least own a little bit of stock. You want to own a little bit of your favorite companies, and you want to see them do well. I mean, that's why I like Stash. So check it out in the link below. Check out, I know I probably mentioned, check it out on this podcast and others like on Patreon. So have a good night, have a good day wherever you're listening, and I am going to end this podcast. This is Joe on relationships. I got a few more to go this week. This week is going to be a busy week. So, with that being said, have a good day.